Good morning. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 11349 Malat Way in Culver City, and I'm preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line for Tassie Anthony. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that would be underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focusing on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I'm going to be performing my examination today from a 3-inch cleanout that's been extended up through the right side crawl space entrance. This has been extended up from the building drain system here under the house and up and out this way so that we could get a camera or a snake in. And essentially we're going to drop in and run straight to the back and exit the structure off this back right corner here as you're coming out to the backyard. Now this is a solution that was put in place. It's not the ideal situation, nor is it a standard access intended for the maintenance of a sewer line. A couple of reasons is, main reason being that it's a 3-inch clean out dropping into the 3-inch pipe, which through here is fine. But once we get inside the structure, it looks like we do increase to a 4-inch pipe, and this 3 inches does not meet the minimum clean out requirements for a 4-inch pipe. So we'll be recommending a standard main sewer line clean out be installed just off the back of the structure. And we'll go ahead and mark that out with a red marker flag that shows location. So we've pushed through several feet of a modern plastic piping here under the house, and then we're connecting up to the original cast iron piping that's going to continue the rest of the way out the back of the building. And it's pretty rough condition. So while we're not focused on the building drain line system today, we are seeing this portion of it, and I'll comment on its condition. Cast iron piping typically is expected to last somewhere in the 70-year range or so. And the rest of it's already been upgraded, but they left a section here underground passing below the foundation at the back of the property. And it's kind of like having a weak link in a chain or a one bald tire. It's an area that's going to need to eventually get upgraded here. You see these roots coming in right here where the cast iron meets a clay piping. Hard to make out the clay because of the roots, but most of these roots are coming in at that connection, and again, that's just another indication that this cast iron is starting to fail. So this is the location we would recommend for the main sewer line cleanout. I don't see or can't see that there is one in place, so we would just dig down and install a new cleanout right there. That will probably remove the majority of these roots and keep them from coming back. As we come out, we're coming into a 45-degree elbow here. We're running across the backyard now. What we're looking at is the original vitrified clay main sewer pipe. Now, these clay pipe materials, they are very common for main sewer line systems. This type of piping does have a long service life expectancy. It's a natural material, so it's less likely to deteriorate underground. But it can be fairly brittle in nature and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Now, the root intrusions I'm seeing here at some of these joints is a pretty common condition in these older clay pipes. Normally we're suggesting that the roots at the joint areas can be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. It's when they're left unmaintained for extended periods that they have the potential to create blockages in a system and even damage the pipe. Coming up on another one that's somewhat significant, and it does look like a couple inches past the joint that there is some cracking occurring. So this is an area where the roots are starting to stress out the pipe. You can see the amount of roots causing debris build up or drainage through here, so definitely in need of a good thorough cleaning. There could be additional damage here that's being hidden by these roots. We have some fairly large diameter roots, so these definitely have not been very effectively maintained. margin area of a joint. You see some stress cracking, again, just a few inches past it. So it's an old system that's got some stress on it. And now we're coming up on an area, this is a crack kind of in the middle of the pipe section. It's got some roots coming through. So this is something that is considered a break, even though it's very minor at this point. Eventually those roots will start to split that pipe apart. It's not the same as the roots at the joints. There's another one here. We come up on the joint, a little more cracking, and then a few inches past that we've got a more significant crack here now. So we've got a short section here that's got a bit more stress on it. Alright, we're coming up on a pipe section that's going to drop here. We're coming up and it's going to take almost a vertical drop to run down before we run off the back of the property. You can see the offset occurring here at this, where this straight piece of pipe meets that fitting that makes the drop. That's a bit more of an offset than we would typically see, and it's pretty good evidence that that joint is actually cracked or broken. And then here as we drop down, if you look into the horizontal pipe that we're about to drop into, just kind of at the top left of the screen, you can see that cracking there. There's some shifting and movement occurring, and as we drop in and we get right up on it, you'll be able to see kind of the jaggedness of the clay here. These are, when they're put in, these are smooth sections, smooth pieces. So it looks like that whole drop has settled some and broken at the bottom and at the top. So that is a situation that I definitely want to recommend repair on. And now we're running basically straight towards the back, passing under the back property fence now, and we're going to be dropping down into our public sewer here shortly. But it looks like we've got another pretty significant offset right here. It looks to be offset about 2 inches. So again, an offset of that size does tell us that that pipe has broken. So this is something else that we would recommend for repair as well. So we're dropping in. Looks like we're increasing to a 6-inch section of pipe just before we drop down and sweep into our public sewer. Right back here, about 47 feet from where we exit the back of the building. Alright, so we've basically got 3 joints that are broken here in this last 10 to 15 feet, and then we've got cracking of varying degrees in the pipe through the backyard, one of which I would definitely recommend repair on. Maybe different options as far as how to repair the cracks, maybe rehabilitation, but those broken joints, really the only thing that can be done is to excavate the pipe in those areas and replace it with new sections of pipe. So those we will turn over to a sewer contractor to track and locate while they're performing those repairs. We did attempt a location of that last offset that we were looking at, which is right back here. This is on the other side of the back property fence, so we're not able to get to it to locate it and mark it out. But I will mark out the first ones here at the drop, get an idea of the depth, and include all that in the written report and give you an idea of what it should take to repair this. Looking at a partial replacement at minimum, and at that point one may want to consider a more extensive or full replacement of this 4-inch pipe through the backyard. It might be more cost effective in the long run. Alright, with that I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video portion of the examination for today. Again, please do refer to the written report for a description of the final findings and recommendations. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.